Yes! Alrighty! What's up, everybody? It is I, your tribal god of extreme, Peter Joseph here, for a beautiful Saturday afternoon, getting close to Saturday evening and Saturday night. November the 1st, 2025, we are starting the new month of November. We're countdown to the holiday season. In about 26 days, we got Thanksgiving on the way. So, and then that starts the count. That starts the official countdown. Not the countdown yet, but 26 days away till Thanksgiving. And then, right then, pretty much that day is the official start of the holiday season. And then right after that, we all know what comes, which is the greatest month in the world, with the greatest days in the world, with greatest people that celebrate birthdays. Come up. And that's December. Lots of great people celebrating great birthdays. And can't wait for that. It's going to be an exciting holiday season, a great Christmas season, and then we take 2025, shine it up real nice, and stick it straight up its candy ass! And then we smack 2026 right in its ass. And then we start all over again. But we got that. And also, don't forget, tonight at 2 a.m., we turn the clock back an hour. So don't forget to turn your manual clocks back, because some of you forget, because you're so high and drunk, you'll forget what time it is. So do it before you go to the club, or before whatever you do. Before you go to bed, turn the clock back an hour, so you might get up an hour early, but whatever. But don't forget to turn the clock back tonight at 2 a.m., making it 1 a.m., so we get an extra hour of sleep for some of you. And that's that. But anyway, like I said, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the main channel, Killer of Demons 669. And as always, on this Saturday night, November the 1st, 2025, make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down there. You know where it is. In my pants, otherwise known as the subscription box below. Share the video all over the internet. Leave a comment on the video. Excuse me. Allergies. But make sure you like the video. Hit that subscribe button down below. On this channel and my other channels as well. Show your love and support. Leave a comment if you wish, but you don't have to if you want to. Don't be stupid and leave stupid comments, because you're going to get sent to the Shadow Realm, and Satan and Ozzy will eat your soul. And then you'll never be heard from again. So don't do it. You want to do it? Go on your dead channel that nobody really gives two flying fucks about, with your minuscule sub count, and do it there, because you ain't going to do it on mine. You don't like it? Tough shit. And that's that. Alright, like I said before, share the video all over the internet. Don't forget to tap and slap that bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one. And if you're brand new here, well, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax. Well, I don't have a cold one right now, but we'll be in here. Sit back, relax, grab yourself a nice, tasty, cold one, and enjoy the show. If you like it, great. You know, out the door you go. And that's that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, coming off the hangover of Halloween. I hope everybody had a great Halloween. All you people got a lot of candy. Probably ate it all. Save it. Save it. You have some when you get home, and then you have a whole bunch today, and then tomorrow you poop it all out. Or whatever you're going to do. Puke it all out, most likely. But if you're going to parties, I hope you had fun. Drink responsibly. Know when to say when. And all that good stuff. All that good stuff, but be safe and be well. And now we start the unofficial weekend of November. And we're going to get into the first week of November on Monday. Don't forget to vote on Tuesday for whoever. Not that it matters here in the United States. But we got that, and we're going to be on the countdown to Turkey Day, where we eat a lot of turkey, watch a lot of football, and get fat. That's all I gotta say about that. But tonight, we got Saturday night's main event coming up, but a little bit of little bit in an hour or so from the Delta Center in Salt Lake City, Utah. So, got a great show. I'll be doing my predictions in just a little bit. And then I'm out of here after that. Because I will be going to a party, and I'm not giving two fucks about Saturday's main event tonight, so it's just what it is. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on this Saturday afternoon, it is time for your late and out-of-date WWE Smackdown Halloween Edition preview. Alright, Smackdown from last night, the Halloween episode. Nice stage there, Hunter. But I digress on that. And like I said before, it emanated from the Delta Center in Salt Lake City, Utah. And as always on Friday Night Smackdown, well, usually, but now we're kind of back to normal with our commentary team. And as always on Friday nights, we got the legend, Michael Cole. And, well, he's not a legend, but he wishes he was. That's Corey Slave. And that's pretty much it. Alright, last night's show was pretty mid. Wasn't even that good. Not a good go-home show for SmackDown. Had one good match with Ilya Dragunov and his U.S. Open title challenge. That match was epic. And then pretty much the rest of the show was garbage. And then the end with Cody and Drew and Papucho, Drew McIntyre for the contract signing was okay-ish. Had a few good parts. Not great though, but that's that. Alright, let's not go crazy. Let's, not wasting your time. Let's get into it right now. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. We start off with a theme for the University of Utah versus the University of Cincinnati football game tomorrow. Well, today. Nobody cares. I don't watch college football, so I didn't care. And then later on in the show, they had the mascots in the ring fighting. An actual 2-minute suck fest between two guys who probably can't wrestle, or it was probably R-Truth and some other guy. I'm watching, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Because I was watching on the replay, I'm like, what the fuck is this? It was like Hunter had an aneurysm, I'm gonna put these two mascots in the ring, and they're gonna have a fight, it's gonna be awesome, Uh-oh. Did somebody say my name? Yeah, sadly, Hunter said your name. Oh, you mean that bald-headed bastard? Yeah, pretty much, Mike. If I was alive today, I'd love to kick his ass. Well, you almost did back in the early 2000s, even though he was hurt during the invasion. I would have loved to see that match with you and Hunter. Yeah, I would have put him to a flaming table. Because I'm awesome. I know, Mike. I know. But now, sadly, you're there. What do you mean? All right. God damn it, I forgot this goddamn Halo. Can't you do anything about it? I wish I had some Dragon Balls, dude. I wish you back. The first person I wish back is you. Then Ozzy. Then Lemmy. Or maybe just in succession. Not in succession. Not with 3 wishes. The first wish, I would grant you back. Fuck Jerome. Would you say something, motherfucker? No. I'm just saying hi. I wish you back, Mike. I wish Terry Funk back. Bray Wyatt. Ozzy. Eddie Van Halen. The great man that you are. Ronnie James Dio. Lemmy. Alright. Yeah. I wish all the great people that died back. That shouldn't have died. Keep them alive forever. Then with the second Dragon Ball, I wish for a ton more money than I'm making right now. And a brand new car. And the third, I don't know yet. I'll probably save it for something else. That's pretty good. Yeah, but sadly, we don't have Dragon Balls here on Earth. That's all, it's all anime stuff. Now, fuck anime! Yeah, fuck AI, too. There was an AI video made with me, and it looked terrible. What was wrong with it? I mean, my shoulders look like I had no shoulders or something like that. Ah, that sucks. I don't know. AI does suck. Whoever made it needs to get his ass kicked. Well. The people that make these AI videos need to stop, Except for the wrestling stuff. There's AI wrestling stuff? Yeah, there's a promotion called EWF where they're like on top of like this cage, and they like these fake as fuck people wrestling on top of the cage, and then the cage blows up and they fall through the cage and shit. It's fake, but Would you want to try something like that, Mike? Nah, I just watch a tape from my Japan days when I was kicking that guy, what's his name? Oh, we can't say his name. Oh, right, that guy. Yeah, I whipped his ass. Pretty much. Alright, Mike, I gotta finish out. I got other things to do. You have a good time at the bar tonight. Tabs on me, okay? You just go wild. Be careful with the chicks, okay? No, I'll be okay. I just gotta watch Jerome because, he's psycho. What'd you say, motherfucker? Jerome, shut up! Go over there! I'll put you through a table. Okay, guys, stop now. But Mike, say goodbye. Boing! Okay. Thank you. Anyway, moving on. Moving on. But yeah, they had this stupid freaking mascot match. It was garbage. Why have it on the show? Alright. But that's later. Alright, so we start off with a look at Jade Cargill turning heel last week and attacking my girl Tiffy Tiff, and then getting a Smackdown World title match, which is tonight. Sadly for my baby girl Tiffy Tiff, I don't think it's going to end well for her, and she has a bad knee, so it's even worse. So anyway, after we get that video, we see somebody crossing over by the announce table. We didn't know who it was. Then we see it's Tiffy time! Daddy! What? I'm pissed! Ah! That Storm Punisher looking bitch beat me up! It's okay, Sunshine. Tonight you're gonna kick her ass and you're gonna retain that title for Daddy, okay? Okay, Daddy. But can I have your credit card later? I want to go out with Marcel to Applebee's. You really want to go to Applebee's? Daddy got sick off Applebee's. Oh, I'm sorry, Daddy. We'll go to TGA Fridays instead, okay? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, don't go to Applebee's. I heard people get sick there now. TGA Fridays is much better. I'm sorry. Don't go to Applebee's. I know they have great chicken tenders, but, TGI Fridays has great mozzarella sticks. I mean, they are epic! And they have better drinks, too. I'm just saying. I might go there tomorrow. Or next week. I don't know yet. Depends on, We're going out with friends later, but... Not to anywhere fancy, but... We're going to Boogie! Anyway. Those are the dancing queen. She's a dancing queen, young and mean. She's not even 17. Woo-hoo-hoo. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Alright, so Tiffy Tiff gets the mic, says, Jade, get your pretty ass out here right now. But instead of Jade, Nicholas Aldis comes out, says, hey, we can't do this. It can't get physical before the match tomorrow night. So, on cue, the Punisher, Jade Cargill, comes out. And then Nicholas is like, security! And then, like, 5 security guards come out from Walmart. And Jade says, I want the title. And I think she said, tomorrow night at Saturday's main event, taffy time. Maybe she said Tiffy time, but I think she said taffy time is over. And that made Tiffy pissed. She rolls out of the ring. She tries to jump on Jade. She basically jumped into the arms of a security guard. Watch your hands, sir. It was me. I wouldn't care. I'm like, grabbing the boobies, grabbing the buttocks. The booty! Anyway. So they try to brawl. Jade gets out of there before anything actually does happen. So we get that. Alright, so crazy start for Smackdown, and I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Then we get a video for the new United States champion, Ilya Dragunov. Alright, he's got an open title challenge coming up, but before we get to that, we go to the back with the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin. They're in the back, talking and eating some candy. And then, this guy, R-Truth comes in dressed as Santa Claus. And the machine guns are like, are you supposed to be dressed up as Kris Kringle? And, Truth's like, I don't believe it's Halloween. And he goes, oh, and then leaves. You fucking idiot. Get out of here. Watch, on Christmas night, when they do the Christmas episode of Smackdown, he's gonna come out like the Easter Bunny. It's Christmas! Moron! What is wrong with you? Did you get dropped on your head as a baby? Don't answer that. Shit. Come on, Ron. Ron! Stop! Oh yeah, Jersey Shore. Oh yeah. Gabs are here. I actually been to that house. And I been in the smush room with her. She loved it. We didn't smush, but we didn't stay in the house. We went to the house on a tour. I wanted to stay there, but it's very expensive. Just saying. Alright, so the guns are there, so R-Truth comes in as Santa Claus, then he leaves. And then, Solo, me bookie! He comes in by himself, so it's mocking the machine guns. And says, they were talking about last year when the guns beat Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga when they had the SmackDown Tag Team titles. And, Solo comes in, talking some shit. And then the gun's like, hey, we'll beat you again like we did last year. And then Solo's like, okay, I'll go talk to Nick Aldis. So we got a tag team match set for a little bit later on in the show. And then Solo says, we'll see what a year makes. And we got that. Moving on. Alright, so I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. Then we get to the match of the night, ladies and gentlemen. Ilya Dragunov. Lassa. He defends the title against... Well, he defended against A-Kid, I believe, last week. Now, this week, he faces Ben Frazier. But wait, the Psycho Killer. Tommaso Ciampa comes on and is like, hey, I want a title shot. And then Ben Frazier's like, I was here first, dude. And then they're about to go at it, and Dragunov says, hey, this open challenges for everyone, but he was here first. Get out of here. And you're a jackass. So, Ciampa, not a happy camper, and we'll see him in a little bit, but this match was epic. I mean, epic. Great match. Dragunov tries for the Constantine special, missed. Frazier doing his flippy dippity doos. They go up top, and then a really scary spot. I don't know what they were trying to do. I think they were trying for a back suplex or some type of move, and Ben Frazier landed right on his neck. Aye! You could tell the crowd was like, ah! Shit! And then Dragunov landed really awkwardly. Oh, it looked bad. And then you hear Michael Cole like, oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! And then Corey goes like, oh my god! They're dead! No, they're not dead. They're barely... I don't know how they survived this match after that. And they were kicking the crap out of each other after that. Brent Fraser hits a flippy dippity doo to the outside. Goes up top, hits the Phoenix Splash for a near fall. And then Ben Fraser's like, oh, I can't believe he kicked out! And then he elbows him off the top. Dragunov's right back with a nasty middle rope German superplex for a near fall. Then he hits a power bomb, and Ben Fraser was trying to get out of it, but he got power bombed anyway. And then he was like turns into a Super Saiyan. Ah! And then hits the H-bomb. Boom! 1, 2, 3. He retains the United States title in under 19 minutes. Chef's kiss. Mwah! Such a great match. 4 out of 5 stars. Loved it. Match of the night. Amazing match. After the match, hey, something you don't see every day. Sportsmanship! Or a code of honor. You love to see that. But, so Ben Fraser leaves the ring as Ilya is celebrating, but then the Psycho Killer, Tommaso Ciampa, runs in and attacks Ben Fraser. And then Daphne and the referee's like, what are you doing? And Ilya's like, oh, do something! Do something! Dumb referee. Anyway, so we see that. And then, after the break, we see A-Kid and Johnny Gargano. They run in to join the brawl between Ciampa and Ben Fraser. And then Dragunov comes in and is like, oh, stop! Enough! And then everything breaks apart. And then next thing you know, we go to break again. And more brawling. And then Dragunov has to stop it again. And then Tama Tonga comes in. They stare at the title. And they're growling at each other. And then Tama's like, don't feed that guy after midnight. He turns into a fucking gremlin. That's how he acts in bed with his girlfriend, too. I don't do that. I act like a normal man. Most of the time. Most of the time, Rosa's a maniac, so. I digress. Alright, so we got that. So it looks like we might get Ilya Dragunov. He's got a couple challenges lined up, maybe. Ciampa, and then Tama Tonga. But we'll see what happens with that. And we move on. Alright, all that I gave 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then we get to our next match, a 3-minute special. Did I say 3 minutes? Pretty much. Alright, we got Carmelo Hayes. Him. He comes out and takes on Kit Wilson of the Yes Boys with new music. And people are like, oh, the Yes Boys are going to break up. No, they're not breaking up. They are not breaking up. Kit Wilson said on Twitter, we're not breaking up. So, I believe him. Alright, so now Carmelo Hayes starting his babyface run, I guess. Match was meh, it wasn't great. The Miz pops up and sends Carmelo into the ring post. Ow! Behind the referee's back. And then Kit Wilson with a top rope. Machumian elbow! Yeah! Get! Not as great as Randy, though. Right, Randy? No, nobody hits the Machumian elbow, yeah, like me. The Machumian, yeah. Ain't that right, Miss Elizabeth? That's right, Randy. How you doing, Liz? You looking great. I like your shirt, Mr. Joseph. Well, thank you. Don't get any ideas. Shut up, Randy. If I want to give Miss Elizabeth a compliment, I will. Nah. What are you going to do? Sorry, Liz. Sorry. We'll talk later, right? Anyway, we get that. Alright, so, Kid hits... We get a top rope elbow by Kit Wilson for a near fall, but Mello comes right back, hits the first 48. 1, 2, 3, hits the win in, like I said, a little over 3 minutes. That's that. So match was alright. 2.25 out of 5 stars. Then after the match, Miz comes from behind and hits the skull-crushing finale on Mello. So this feud continues on. And we'll see what happens next week on the program. And that's that. Alright, then we got Kathy Kelly dressed up as Mommy Rhea Ripley. Nice. Anyway, Mommy Rhea Ripley liked it too, so. And they're secret lesbians. There's nothing wrong with that. Can I just be in the middle? Or can I just take Kathy Kelly for myself? Because I can't have Mommy. I mean, she has Buddy Murphy, so I don't want to go that route, But me and Mommy Rhea Ripley can talk about Motionless in White all day long. Because we're metalheads. We love it. The greatest music in the history of life itself. If you think otherwise, you're dumb. Just saying. Just saying. I know a lot of people that love Bad Bunny, but secretly they love metal. They do. I know Issa does. Issa loves the metal. She'll love her Bad Bunny, but deep down she's a hard rockin' metal chick. Now she grew her hair a little bit longer, she can rock out, and party, be one of those video vixens that just goes through a metal video, like the glam rock days when they had so many hot, big, fake titty women, going through all the glam metal bands videos. Every Poison video, basically. Shit. And fucking Bret Michaels, Issa could go through one of those old school 80s videos, It'd be great. She's got what she's got, it is what it is. She's got a nice ace. But I digress on that. Anyway, moving on. Kathy Kelly is with the Women's Tag Team Champions Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. They're not worried about the Kabuki Warriors, my first and second amazingly hot Asian wives, Asuka and Katie! But they're not worried about them, but Charlotte says Nia is still in fear because she's displaying classic Gemini behavior. I guess she's a Gemini. I'm a Capricorn. My name is Peter, and I'm a Capricorn. Got that. And then Lexi isn't sure what to make of that. And then she goes to the ring. Alright, 2.25 out of 5 stars for that. Then after that, we go to Nicholas Aldis' office, where he has Sammy Lame. Let's go! Alright, Sammy's saying the Cabbage Patch Kid, because he does look like a Cabbage Patch Kid from back in 1984. Anyway, Sammy wants to fight. He wants to be at ringside for the Motor City Machine Guns versus the MFTs. But he's not medically cleared, and Nick Aldis like, that's not a great idea there, Sammy. And Sammy's like, alright, you're right. I'm gonna go leave now. But then he runs into Cody! MDK like, Cody, you bitch! They exchange pleasantries. What are we gonna drink tonight? What are we gonna drink later? At the bar, or whatever we're gonna do. So Sammy leaves, and then Nick Aldis, plain, flat out asks Cody, did you attack Jacob Bob? Ooh, ya mean? Cody's like, no! You're a liar, Cody. You are a liar. I still think it's Randy. But, anyway. So, anyway, Cody, so Nick's like, oh, this is a standard contract. You read this. You have a copy. Blah, blah, blah. Anything you want to say about the contract? So, Cody's like, no, I think we're good. We'll see you out there. And that's that. And as always, contract signings always end in chaos. Always. Absolutely. We get that. Alright, then we go to Nia. Woohoo! Jax taking on Lexi with Charlotte at ringside. Decent match. They fight on the floor, and Nia pushes Charlotte away, like, get out of here, you horse-faced bitch. Get out of here. And then, Charlotte, all of a sudden, another distraction near the end of the match, breaks up the Annihilator, which allows Lexi to kick out the leg, sweep the leg down your son, basically. And Lexi gets the pin in 9.5 minutes. So, Lexi gets a kind of shocking victory over Nia Jackson. Nia is pissed. And we get that. Not a great match. 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's it. You move on. Alright, then we see the MFTs walking in the back. They run into Rey Fenix. And he's pissed. And Soul's like, what are you looking at? We want to fight? Huh? You want to fight? And then Ray's like, no, I don't want to fight you. And then Soul's like, whatever, get out of here. And then Rey Fenix comes back, like, on a stool or something. And he's, like, trying to tower over Talatanga, Hikuleo. He says, I want to fight you! You put your hands on me, ese pelo! And then freaking Soul's like, alright, you versus him next week, and he's gonna kick your ass. And then Rey Fenix is like, you disrespect me! Smacked Hikuleo right in the face. I'm like, oh! Dude! And then like, Hikuleo was about to rip Rey Fenix apart, and Soul's like, no, S.A. Worry about tonight. Then you get him next week. I was like, shit, he slapped the Coolio back to New Japan. Holy crap. Alright, so we'll see what happens with that next week. Alright, 2.25 out of 5 stars for that. Then we have Bobby Priest saying it's personal with Mr. Aleister Black and Zelina Vega. And he tells Mr. Black, punishment is coming. So that feud continues on. We'll see what happens next week. Alright, then we get a Saturday night's main event rundown. And then in the back we see it's Tiffy time, looking great as always. Runs into the resident attorney, who looks good, Kiana James, and yes, she's still the Women's United States Champion, the lovely Julia, in red, white, and blue, mind you. Looking good. Kiana says, Tiffy, you should have accepted our offer for backup, but instead you got your butt kicked by Jade. And then Nick Aldis comes in to keep Tiffy from jumping and beating the shit out of Kiana James, even though Julia would have wiped the floor with her, but it is what it is. And then, so Tiffy leaves in a huff, and then Chelsea Green and Alba Fire, or Kaylee Ray, come in. Chelsea's not happy about Julia coming up on the record for the longest Women's United States title reign, coming up in 8 days now. Man, she's had a horrible title reign. I agree with everybody that Julia has been having a horrible time on Smackdown, and she should have stayed in NXT. I mean, Stephanie Victoria's not even having a great run as champ. I know she's only defended it once, but still. I just don't know. I just don't know why Julia gets the title. I was happy about that, but now she's just being like, what is creative doing? Well, I'll tell you. Being uncreative about being creative. Absolutely. That's how bad WWE creative is. I could book Julia to be a monster heel. Monster heel like she was in Japan. Take notes, Hunter. Bruce Pritchard, you fucking idiot. You need real people on the creative team. Me, Issa, Joe Cronin, and a whole bunch of other people that know shit. Not you, and not a guy that dressed up as Brother Love. No, you! And other jerks that think they know how to run creative like fucking Road Dogg. Old farts. I might be 48, I might be a little bit old, but I know a thing or two about wrestling. I got my foot in the door, so I know things. And I can book Smackdown way better than the schmucks that are running it right now. Probably Raw, too. Well, I'm going to clip that. Me, Issa, and Joe Cronin would make WWE so much better than it really is. I'm sorry. So, hey, Nick Conman, give me a call, fucker. Don't let your so-called brother, the guy goes, Tony Khan, give me a call or hit me up on my DMs like, hey, you want to come down to Jacksonville? Sure. You gonna pay my plane ride and hotel costs? You got the money. Put a few thousand in my account, I'll be fine. I'll just move all my shit from Casa del Joseph down to Jacksonville, get myself a nice apartment or a nice little house, whatever it may be. Put my shit in there, and Rose's stuff too, and we just live in Jacksonville. And I'll be on the road most of the time. Rose will be home doing whatever she does. Make it happen. That's all I gotta say about that. Instead of, I'd rather live in Florida than living in New York. But don't worry, I'll be down in Florida pretty damn soon. Just don't know when. And I do have the money to buy a house, apartment in Florida, or not buy, but rent an apartment in Florida. I have way more than enough. Oh, good. Rose has enough. We have enough. We're good. We're just timing right now. We're starting the process, but it's timing right now. A couple years at least, but we'll see. All right. Anyway, so Chelsea wants a women's U.S. title match, and Julia gives it to her for next week. So we'll see what happens with that. And then Julia and Kiana leave, and then the creepy Nikki Cross pops in the scam mark, because, it's Halloween. And the Wyatt Six are still, stalking the MFTs. So we got that. 2.25 out of 5 stars for that. Excuse me. Alright, then we get that stupid mascot match that lasts 30 seconds. Garbage. And we move on with that. Alright, then we get to JC Mateo and Tama Tonga taking on the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley, and Chris Sabin. Match was meh. Wasn't great. Wasn't that great. I think we had most of the other MFTs at ringside. That's a Solo, Tongaloa, and Hikuliel. They were all there. Anyway, getting to the end of the match, they were on the outside where Tama Tonga, Shelly knocks Tama Tonga outside for a big flippy dippity doo from Chris Sabin. They go back in, and Solo offers a distraction, which allows Tama Tonga to break up the Skull and Bones. Then he hits the cutthroat, which is basically Will Ocean Spray's, move. With the hidden blade. I guess Tama Tonga's been watching Ocean Spray tapes. That's his move now. So he gets the pin in under 9 minutes. That's that. Then afterwards, a big old beatdown on the Guns, and then Ray Phoenix comes in for the save with Shinsuke Nakamura having to save him. And that didn't go well for Shinsuke because they all got beat up. So, we all know what that's leaning to. Regal! Regal! Say it! Say it, Sunshine! Okay, Missy Joseph. Ready? Yes. You ready? Say it! War Games! Yep. War Games between the MFTs and the Wyatts. So it's going to be Uncle Howdy. It's probably going to be Uncle Howdy. Or, I don't know if you'd be in the match. So it'll probably be Dexter, Joe Gacy, Eric Rowan, Ray Phoenix, and Shinsuke taking on the entire MFTs. Solo, Hikuleo, Tama Tonga, Tongaloa, and Jason Mateo. There's 5-on-5. There it is. There's your men's War Games match. For the women, we don't know yet. Probably be Team Becky Lynch against Team, I don't know. Probably Team AJ. AJ Lee and her ass. She dressed up as the Baroness from G.I. Joe. Oh, she was looking good. And then her hubby was Destro. Destro, of all people, Destro. Destro wasn't even that good on G.I. Joe. Cobra Commander was good. We all know that. Destro, not so much. G.I. Joe, American Homo. G.I. Joe is there. Yeah. Coming up next, Voltron. Followed by Transformers on Channel 11. That was the good old days back in the 80s. The greatest decade ever. We move on with that. Alright, so where were we? Alright, so we got that. So we'll see what happens with the MFTs and the Wyatts and Wade Phoenix and Nakamura next week. Alright, then we see Drew McIntyre has no issues with the contract for Saturday's main event. Tells Nick Aldis to tranquilo, take it easy. Why you so crazy? Pretty much. El idiot. And that's that. Alright, then we got a rundown of next week's card. And we got that. Then we go to the contract signing between Cody and Drew McIntyre. It was pretty intense with Cody talking about Drew got fired, and then he's like, well, when things got bad for me here in WWE, I grew a set of balls and I left. Yeah, you went to Ring of Honor, then to TNA, then to AEW, then the WWE called you back. Because you couldn't hack it in AEW, even though you created it with the Bucks and Kenny, and technically the Hangman, but, you know. And then Drew's like, I'm an American citizen, I'm the real American dream. So Cody signs the contract, but Drew's like, nah, I don't like the contract. If Cody gets counted out, he keeps the title, right? Right. If he gets disqualified, he keeps the title. Right? Right. It's biased. It's all for Cody here. So Cody's like, oh, so you want to put a clause in the contract that if I get disqualified or if I get counted out, I lose the title. Is that what you're saying to me, Drew? Drew's like, exactly. And then Cody being the idiot that he is, says, I am 110% confident that will not happen. I accept your clause. He signs the contract, gives it to Drew. Drew's like, that was easy. Signs the contract. And then Drew talks about Cody's wife, Brandy, and his daughter, Liberty, and his next kid, which we don't know the name of it or the gender yet, but he talks about his wife and kids, and that sets Cody off. And he started pushing and shoving, and Cody swings and misses like he's on the New York Yankees. Oops. And Drew gets out of there, laughing up a storm. And then Nick Aldis is trying to calm Cody down. And then out of nowhere, Drew goes back in the ring, Claymore kick to Cody. Then he puts Cody through the table, because you knew that has to happen. And then he promises to take the title at Saturday's main event. I swear it, Cody! I swear it! You bastard! I will swear it! On my life! Basically. And then he holds up the title. Uh-oh. So, I'm hoping, I'm praying. I think we're all hoping and praying. Wishing and hoping and praying. That Papucho beats Cody tonight. People saying Randy's going to come out and cost Cody. I hope so. And then Drew gets a nice little run to the Royal Rumble. Maybe loses at the Royal Rumble. Or maybe loses it at the Elimination Chamber or whatever. To maybe Cody. I don't know. If Cody holds it all the way to WrestleMania, he is definitely losing it at Mania. To who? I hope Roman, but that has to end. They only had 2 matches. 39 and 40. Really, 41 should have been the end of the trilogy, but now maybe that's where they're leading to. I thought it was going to be with Seth, but Seth's not going to be... he might not be around for Mania. He said he's going to be out 6 months. So that's around Mania time, but if he can get healthy by the end of... by March at least, he has a possibility of being there, but he will not have the title and not face Roman for the title. But I do see Roman getting a title match, whether it be with Braun Breaker or maybe with Cody. So we'll see what happens with that. So either Roman wins the Royal Rumble, or he wins the Elimination Chamber. Then faces Cody if he still has the belt by then, or Braun Breaker if he still has the belt by then. Because Braun Breaker will be Punk after Punk wins tonight. Then we'll have Braun versus Punk probably after Survivor Series. Probably at the next Saturday Night's main event, December the 13th, which is Cena's last match. So we have that. And that's pretty much it. Alright, that is it for my my review for Smackdown. Smackdown was kind of, like I said, mid, like this. So I'm going to give it a like this. 6.25 out of 10 stars. Let me know what you think of the show down below in the comments section. And like Trick Willie would say, let's talk about it. And that's pretty much it. Alright guys, I'm going to go really quickly into my predictions for Saturday Night's main event on episode 92 of the Shadow's Lair. And then we'll go right into Saturday's main event. I will be out after I do that video. So we got all that. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time, peace.